Hey y'all. Not me literally forgetting to post on this account since the beginning of the year. I apologize. It's been a whirlwind of the last 9 or so months. Yeah, since the year started. Everything that I said I wanted to do pretty much did not do in exchange for focusing on my job that I no longer have. Long story short, guys, I actually got fired. And I know a lot of people will be like, oh my gosh, like, I'm so sorry. Please don't be. Do not be sad or sorry for me at all. I am relieved and very happy and at peace. And I promised my mom that I was going to get back to posting budgeting videos and whatnot. So this is me holding to my promise. But more than anything, now that I have my last paycheck that just came in, I need to budget that and figure out exactly how I'm going to make this income last. Because another thing that I did with my finances over the last few months is I definitely took a lot out of my savings to try to pay down debt, but then this is what happens when you don't budget. I really didn't account for the expenses that I added to my non-existent budget, one of them being personal training that was gonna drain my available funds month over month. And so now I don't really have as big of a savings as I would like. And this is my last paycheck. And a lot of people would be very stressed if this was me like a year ago, maybe even 2 years ago. They'd be very, very stressed. And I just can't find it in myself to feel like I'm not going to be okay. And I guess the reality is that I basically asked for it. You know, I was in a space where, if I'm honest, I was 100% going to give them my 5-day notice the day I was fired. So I was quitting either way. I knew it was time for me to leave that job, or I felt like I was going to be in a situation that was going to have me stuck for a very long time to come if I didn't get out of there. So I asked the forbidden prayer. I asked for clarity and for him to help me make the correct decisions, or to just move on his own, to remove all the things that are hindering me or that no longer served me. And I was fired 3 days later. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I'm very happy. I haven't felt this much peace in a long time. And I know for everyone that's kind of been, I feel like I've been catching up with everybody lately, from especially from my last job. Not the one that I just, am just left, but the job before that I left for my most recent job. I've been catching up with my old coworkers, and they've been like, girl, you look great, you're glowing, oh my goodness. And I'm like, that is hilarious to hear considering the circumstances. But I think I realized with that job, and I'm yapping and I'm not even starting, let me set up while I'm talking. But I feel like with my most recent job, I most definitely, am I too close to the camera? I probably am. I'm so sorry. But with my most recent job, I felt like I definitely dumbed myself down a lot to cater to their culture. They weren't for me. And I figured that out really during the very first project that I was working with them on. It's a whole lot of blank spaces here, guys. I get to recycle these for next year because I did not use them. Well, not this, but thankfully these are the only pages that really are gonna go to waste. Haha, this is hilarious. Find a better job with a better culture fit. I guess I really gotta focus on that now, huh? But yeah, this was a back in, like, I'd say about 3 months ago. 3 months into the job, I knew for a fact it was not going to be my forever job. It wasn't going to be like long time anything. I was 100% about to be in a space where I needed to shift. Wasn't expecting it to happen. Well, no, that's not what I mean. I was 100% in a space back then where I knew I needed to shift, but I wasn't ready to. So, and I also didn't want to feel like I was giving up. So I held on to that job in that position and was miserable. And I mean, I felt like every time I turned around, I had to like prove something. And then in the end, on the very last project where they said multiple times, like, if you need help, ask for help, we're here to help. And yet I get stuck with the one team lead who wanted to act like I didn't need help, just so blatantly. And a lot of people would say, well, you need to like fight. And I don't have it in me. When I tell y'all I don't want any connection to, I don't feel like I need any connection to that part of my life at all, whatsoever. And I don't. I'm not gonna fight for nothing. Absolutely not. I want it to be gone, and I'm very glad that I'm not gone. I haven't slept this great in months. No more 60, 70, 80-hour weeks. No more skipping nights of sleep for tight deadlines. No more none of that. Like, I get to rest. And I haven't had rest in peace in so long. So I'm actually very grateful to have been fired. And I'm very excited for whatever is next to come. Because I feel like it's coming. I don't feel it in my soul that I will be out of work for long. Nor do I feel like, even if I am out of working for other people for long, I don't feel like I'm not at least going to be able to take care of myself. This is like a very weird feeling. I'm like, I'm good. I said it to my dad earlier, and he was like, yeah, okay, if it's good. Like, the job market isn't like, it's terrible. Like, you're not, you should be concerned. And I'm like, I should be. I really should be concerned. I'm not, though. I'm not concerned at all. I'm gonna be okay. So this is just me taking the steps I need to take to get back on track. I need to set myself up for, I hate saying set myself up for success. It reminds me of my last job. But I just need to get myself in order to prepare myself for what the next couple of weeks, months are gonna look like for me. So we're gonna do that. Yeah. So quick look-sees at what I'd already done. Okay. This is actually like a new method for me. Can you see this? Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Oop, is it in there? Kind of. Sorry, pens. But yeah, this is a new method for me. I saw the term like money mapping recently, and decided, well, I saw it like right before September started, and I was like, girly pop, let's try it. So I decided to create this like money map here. And basically what we're going to be redoing today is the money map. Because it's not really going to be for full on. It could be full on for September. I think I'll come back and reconcile this at the end of the month. But for now, I'm just going to be redoing, I guess not redoing my expenses, or the map. I really just need to iron out what's going to be coming out of what I currently have in my account. That's absolutely necessary. And then canceling whatever I haven't canceled. So for her to go back to see, you know, what did I say I was going to cancel? I did cancel title. Here, it's marked in purple. So I did end up canceling title. So I can make that a circle. Yeah. Yeah, so do that. So I did end up canceling title. I canceled Amazon. I have to figure out how to cancel my gym. I have a month-to-month membership, so it shouldn't be an issue regardless of whether, you know, because some gyms are like, if you live close enough within the radius of like 20 or 25 or like 50 miles to one of our locations and you can't cancel. I got month-to-month for a reason. Y'all aren't gonna get me. So I just need to figure out how to cancel my gym. And thankfully, when the pandemic was going on, I had accumulated my own set of like dumbbells and weights. So I have literally everything I need to work out from home. It just wasn't conducive with the job that I had to like stay in the house all of the time. So I got a gym membership literally just to get out of the house. So now I will be out of the house more than in the house for the most part, kind of. But for now, that is the only thing left that I plan to cancel that I have yet to cancel, but we will figure that out. Let's see, the Affirms, all of these down here. So the PayPal, that's done. That was my last payment. But all of these down here, unfortunato, are expenses for the trip that I have with my family to our Trinidad in February, because we're all going to Carnival. So yeah, that is things that are going to be coming out regardless whether I like it or not. So these are standing. ECSI, that's private loan through my university. I think once I start paying off debt, that might actually be the one that goes first, because I'm sick of paying that university. That's another thing, y'all. I did not have the best experience in undergrad, so I'm so ready to get rid of it. To get rid of them and any ties I have left to them, and that is literally the last thing I have left. So that'll probably be the one to go first. Let's see, what else on here? Apple, I think I have to see which Apple this is to see if I can also cancel that, unless it's some sort of storage or iCloud or something. Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, I know what this is. Never mind. This is two different. I have an iPad and an Apple Watch, and this is the insurance for both. So yeah, never mind. Not going to cancel that. Then let's see. Anything else? Kindle. I might actually put a pause on this because I'm kind of fasting from reading right now. I'm not really trying to indulge in escapism. I gotta get my life together. So no more spending hours upon hours every day, or when I should not be reading, I should actually be sleeping, reading. So I'll consider that. So I'll put a line here because that's been an active fasting for me for the last 3 weeks now. And I'm really just not gonna go back to it for various reasons. One of the reasons I will not be saying because it's a secret. But yeah, I might actually pause that. Crunchyroll, fun fact about me, I play video games, and I also watch anime, but I haven't really been watching for the last 9 or so months since I have not had the time. So we'll see if I end up keeping this or not. I'm not fasting from video games or anime right now, so I might keep it, I might not, just depends. But that should be it for everything. I did have an unexpected expense on here. I didn't know I had an Uber Eats membership. I think I signed up for it a long time ago. Never saw it coming out of my account. But I saw it this time and I was like, oh my goodness, girl, where did you come from? So yeah, I need to fix that, put that on here. I just don't know how much it is. So for now, I'm just gonna mark it as something that is a bill, but it will no longer be coming out because I canceled it. So I'll also mark it as canceled. And I also went in and checked to see if I had any other reoccurring bills that I was not aware of that were coming out of my account, and I do not. So that was the only one. I don't know how much it costs. I'll have to check my my Monarch account to see if I can see when that bill and whatnot are coming out. So for now, I'll leave these out here until I can check Monarch. Okay. So let's see. All right, so this is kind of the listing I've set up. Write down all the expenses that I know of, all the amounts that I have to pay or want to pay for my credit cards at the top. These are just the amounts that I'm used to paying, trying to pay them down. That was just the set amount I put in my budget. I don't know why this one was, oh, I know why this one was empty. Technically, this should also say 200. And then extra, that amount extra was gonna go down to that one. So yeah, I was listing them all out, listing the amounts that I want to pay for everything, all the due dates, and then if they were things like PayPal, Affirm, or anything like that, how many payments I had left on things. And so that's only for the trips or the trip I had planned. I just put everything on like Affirm and whatnot because I was not trying to pay that amount outright. It's a very expensive trip. So then once I had all of that information down, I went and created my September 2025 money map. Again, I'm also, well, not again, I'm sorry if this is a little chaotic. But yeah, I'm just trying to get to a point where I'm actually explaining things and you guys aren't just listening to me yap. But yeah, made the money map, had my income first, where everything's going to be coming out of, and then the fixed expenses, which is the total that was going to be coming out of everything that I listed up here. And then savings was automatically being split from my paycheck. So that was how much I was expected to have in my savings account. But the last paycheck, I know for a fact they didn't split the payments at all. So it all just went directly to my checking account. Then the extra expense, so whatever I decided I was going to, I guess you could say this would be like a debt payment box or like any type of extra payment that I was going to make towards something. That's how much I wanted to put towards it. And then whatever was remaining after that, I was basing all of my variable expenses off of. So for me, that was my babies, the fur babies, groceries for the house, gas, any type of fun things I wanted to do, my nails, because if you can't tell, don't look too close. I need to fill in. These are my natural nails though. So Gel-X is the GOAT. Get Gel-X if you want to grow your nails out. I could talk about that for days. But yeah, nails, and then travel. When I was originally going to be going to multiple places this month, I don't think I'm going anywhere this month anymore. So thankfully, this is going back into my budget. Also because I do have a sibling that, you know, has allowed me to fly standby. So I also don't have to pay for flights for real if I don't want to. And if I do go to out of town for the last trip I was planning on going on for this month, I can stay with family. So don't really have to worry about all the expenses I had there for travel. So we definitely need to rework all of this. So I guess at the end, we are going to be recreating this money map. Yeah. Okay. So let's do that then. I'm going to pull up, you can't see it, but I'm pulling up my Monarch so that I know what all income I'm gonna have for this month, for real, for real. What do I want to name this? What should I name this, guys? Ooh. Okay. I'm a literal unserious person, so sorry. JK, actual, factual, September 2025. Oh, I did that way too big. I don't have money map over here. That's fine. We get the point about what this is. I still feel like the joke is necessary because JK. Not that it's a JK, but you know, technically it is. That's an ugly side. Don't look at it too hard. Okay. I think I'm actually going to be filling in the boxes this time. Because we're not really doing this. Well, we are. I have a rollover from the last paycheck, about $500. It was $507 rollover from my last paycheck. So if I add that to what this current paycheck is, then we'll have the actual income. So expecting an actual, I'll just do it like that. So income. Actually, I don't know if I want to do it like that. Oh boy, how do I want to do this? Okay. So I'd use the majority of the paycheck already of the last one for multiple things. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it like that. So I'm gonna take last month's, what did I get paid last month? So my last paycheck, okay, let's do this. Last paycheck was $24.50. Oh wow, not the clicky clack. That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful. She said, whoops, girly pop. It's been a minute since you've touched me. Okay, so $24.50, 54 was the last paycheck. And then this one was, wait, no. It was $26.50, 54 because the savings is coming out of there too. Okay, so plus 200. Okay, so that's where the, yeah, because that's where the 5,300 came from. Okay, so expected, we're going to keep it. The expected was that we're going to have 5,300 to work with. What we actually have to work with is 26.50, 54 plus, what did I get this month? Oh yeah, plus 12. Oh my goodness. Y'all better not be laughing, because if you are, then first of all, mind your business. Do not laugh at me in this calculator. I'm getting a new one anyway. This one's very old. Yeah, very old. It's very dirty. Now that I'm actually looking at it, it's kind of embarrassing. So don't look too close. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna. Okay, so actually, we're getting 39, 31, 69. Okay, so that is the actual income for this month. Because, yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, so let's work with that. Fixed. I don't think anything in here. Okay, I need to figure out how much the Uber Eats is and add that to this, because the fixed expenses won't change outside of that. So let me see if I can go into my Monarch and see if I can find Uber Eats. Why is it pulling all the way way back up from January. I'm unsure. It's not showing any Uber Eats. Okay, so for now, I'm gonna keep the fixed expenses expected where it is. Yeah, and we'll put the actual later. Yeah. Because I don't know how much it actually was. So make this smaller to save room since the top was too big. So fixed expenses. Okay. Let's see. I actually don't. I should probably check my account to make sure that my savings actually didn't go over to the other account. Should definitely look. Yeah, it's already there. Okay. Simon. Yeah, so nothing went over to savings. Okay. So so fixed. So the full check was the okay. So expected actual. So for now we're gonna keep the 1092 for expected. Get to actual later. Plus, and then over to savings. The expected was going to be 400, but it's actually 2. Again, don't laugh at the way this is going right now because this is a new method for me. It's a little sloppy. So only put 200 in. Okay. Now, so that extra payment to Capital One. Yeah, that's not happening. I'm not doing that. Yeah, I can't in good faith or with a good conscience put myself in that type of position. So the priority is literally just keeping myself afloat until I can actually factually pay for things in excess, aka until I get a new job. So we're gonna move over to remaining then, since we're not making that extra payment. So what I need to do is, so the expected remaining in this situation would actually be adding this remaining to this Capital One payment. So if you guys can hear the click clacking, this is actually hilarious. So the actual remaining would have been 3408 at the end of the month. If you guys are wondering how my expenses are so low, I literally live at home with my mother, that some of you guys know. Mother and father. Why am I saying mother and father? I don't know. My mom and my daddy. I literally live at home. So yeah, we moved back in after we had our own little home situation earlier, well, at the end of last year. I think November, actually. Yeah, we left our last place because of mold and moved back home. And I've been home ever since. So yeah. Now let's see. Remaining, so that would have been remaining, the new remaining expected with the income. That was expected income, then savings, all of that. That's the new remaining. Why didn't I just calculate it like that? That may not be correct. Hold on. I hope it is. All right, I'm tired of the click clacking. I'm gonna pull up my handy dandy calculator on my iPad. Where's my calculator? Oh. Yeah, calculator. Yeah. I have a cute little app called PopCalc. I'll actually show you guys. And my calculator's pink. It's so cute. Okay, so So just to make sure I actually ended up calculating that right, so minus 400. It should somehow, oh yeah, because of the savings. Okay, yeah, I didn't calculate that. So yeah, this should actually factually be, oh no, I'm right. So 5,300 minus the 1092 minus the 400. Okay, yeah, I'm still wrong. So it's 38 of 8, yeah. So that was the expected remaining with that income, which is not the case. So now we're gonna leave the actual for now because again, I need to figure out what the Uber Eats is, and then we'll have our like actual factuals. So we'll just finish this here. And you know, I did all that and I can just pull it up since my Chrome was already open. Log back in and see how much that Uber Eats is. And this is what I get for taking certain things off of my iPad because it was on my iPad and I deleted it like 3 days ago. Yeah, okay. Here we go. Now let's see. Interesting. It doesn't say anything. Interesting. Okay. So it's not saying anything about Uber Eats, actually, factually. If you guys haven't figured out yet, I do say actually, factually a lot. I'm so sorry. Let's see. Activity. Let's look at all transactions. Previous. Interesting. It's not finding anything, and I know for a fact that I have payments coming. I pay for Uber out of that account. So that's weird. I'm not sure what's going on. But for now, I'm just gonna stick to, we're gonna add it as $9.99, okay? Because I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I just wanted to be sure that it didn't have additional tax, but it won't kill me. So we're just gonna say that. So if we were to add 1092 plus 999, okay, so the actual on this is 1101.99. Okay, I really should have just wrote 1102, but whatever. Okay, so now we come to remaining. So we are going to take 39 $31.69 minus $1101.99 minus 200. Okay. And that will leave me at 26.2970. Okay. So that's my actual remaining. After my expenses. I know for a fact I'm already less than that in my account. So I also need to reconcile what I've spent already. I don't know if I'm gonna do that in this video because that will take a hot second. Even if I do, I'll have done like 2x. So yeah, I'll do that in this video, but it's gonna be done very quickly. I'll speed that up and throw some music on top so that you guys aren't just sitting through me calculating all of that. And now we little scoop. We start with variable expenses. Fur babies. Let me actually write this out first. So variable expenses, expected actual. Okay. How big should I make this? I don't know. Just gonna go with the vibes, guys. Variable expenses. That should be enough space there. Yeah. And expected. So how much it's going to cost, we think. And then how much we're actually going to spend in that category. Well, yeah, we end up spending. We'll reconcile that at the end of the month. So, Ace and Pie. And my sister and I, we share our puppies, so this is my expected half. But it'll be significantly lower since we won't have to board them and whatnot when I'm on vacation and all of that. So it'll mostly just be food. Then of course, if I need to like have a day where they're not here at home while I'm like maybe doing interviews or whatnot, hopefully, then I'll board them. So yeah, we might leave that untouched. Groceries. Since I'm no longer going to be doing groceries for the house, because that is an expense. I go over that every single month because there's 3 adults plus my little sister when she's in and out. So a lot of money, probably closer to 6 or 7 that's being spent on everyone, but I cannot afford that. So for now, we'll knock that down to about 3. So we're leaving Ace and Pie. And we're gonna knock this down to about 3 just for this month. And I'll figure it out later. Gas stays the same. I've been driving a lot more. So gas might actually have to go up next month because I've been actually living my life and having fun. So fun, I'm gonna go ahead and knock that up a bit because I've been out and about. So let's just say 250. And I'm not gonna get my nails done. I'm going to switch this travel field or nails field, whichever one. I'm gonna have to create a beauty category, and I'm just gonna have to buy things to soak off my nails. And yeah, I don't know, I've been a little wary of my nails. I have like had it like an infection before from when I did my own. I don't know what I did, but yeah, have had an infection before from doing my own, so I might not even risk that. I might leave the nails category for now. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm terrified of actually getting another infection. I won't put a value here yet. I'll think about it. no travel. Something else to go after this, maybe. This is my first time not having work. I think a lot of us may have like had our jobs cut during the pandemic. And I was a contractor at the time, so I definitely got mine cut. All of them. I had 4. And all 4 of my jobs got cut at the time. So anytime I'm in this space, I love to have an unexpected category for just a couple of $100. Stick to 2. Just in case I need to expend for something. And this is just how I'm operating this month. Once we get into the next month of me having to take care of my expenses, this is going to be significantly less. It's just, this is rollover from the last paycheck that I have to reconcile plus this paycheck. So that's why it's like, well, girl, you're out of a job. Why you have so much money? Like, blah, blah, blah. Trust me, this is just because of the last paycheck plus this one. Next month, these numbers will be significantly lower for everything. So we will see what it looks like. For now, I think I'll skip the pedicure because my toes actually still look good. So for my nails, then it would just be I think it's 80. I do have some cash too, just like sparingly that I found, so that'll help me out with tip there. So I won't have to tip out of the income here. Yeah, that's it for this. I know a lot of people are like, girl, why are you doing this manually? You can just make a spreadsheet. I don't know about y'all, but I'm not consistent when I use spreadsheets. I don't know what it is. I was very consistent at one point in time, and I have no idea what happened, but I just got to a point where I just like writing stuff down, man, you know? But I think for tracking my expenses on the daily, so I got this cute little book from TJ Maxx a while ago, and there's this section I'm going to be using while I am unemployed. Weekly spending, to write down what I'm spending every day, whether it's like a subscription or I'm physically going somewhere. I'm going to be calculating what I'm spending literally every day so that I know what's coming out of my account every week. Yeah, I'm going to use my old Excel tracker to keep track of these variable fields so that I don't have to condense this like in real time at the end of the month. So yeah, I will be working on that. I'm going to use this on the next page. You'll see. Anyways, so that is that for, that is that for the variables. Net income. Okay, so if we come down here, my good man, and we'll give you 3 boxes since there's nothing left here. Maybe, oh no, they're too big. I was gonna say maybe I can fit those. Well, I might be able to fit, because how many weeks do we have left this month? I might be able to fit some of them here. Check Google Calendar. 1, 2. Okay, so there are only 2 full weeks left this month. So I might be able to fit 2 of them here instead of using another page. Let's see. What color should we use? I kind of want to use one from each page. Okay. Let's try. I've been really in my pink bag lately. Don't know about y'all. Well, ladies, I've been feeling very much like the girliest of all girls since I left that job. Working as hard as I was working, you know, I was not in my soft era at all. I was a hard working woman, okay? Don't miss it. Don't miss it. And I'm very much looking forward to being softer, or in a softer space. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get 2 of these on here, because if I put this here, then it ends here. It's pushing it. Pushing it. I can get 2 on here, but I'd have to move it over, which means that's gonna be the end of my box. I'm just gonna put you here. Yeah. Is that enough space on the end? Okay, maybe not right there. Let's let's lift you up a little bit, friend. Just a little bit, a wee bit. Let's actually do you from the bottom. Okay, period. Ah. Okay, but she's there. She's there. Okay. Now, other page. That was really chaotic. Please don't make fun of me. Okay, so I want this one. This like moody blue, almost like a slate gray blue. This used to be one of my favorite colors, but I'm more on a pink, if you can't tell. Let's see. I just want y'all to know that I have never done anything with stickers this straight in my life, and I feel like y'all should be proud of me. Okay, so yeah, weekly spending for the rest of September, full weeks of September. So this will be the 15th through the 21st. Well, the 14th through the 21st. Well, no, 15th through the 21st. Yeah. And then this one will be the 22nd through the 28th. And then, of course, the following week will be October. That week, I already know I'm going to use both of the oranges in that one because spooky season. Well, all of the oranges. Everything orange. And I don't know, guys. I really, really just hope that in the time that it takes for me to do all of this, that I somehow find a job. I know people think I'm crazy. They'll tell me that the job market is absolutely terrible for everyone, and it's kind of dumb to have such high hopes. But I'm gonna be okay. So I am radically hoping for the unexpected to happen. So let's just, I hope you guys can just hope with me. Okay. Yeah. And I'm also my grandfather's grandchild. So I tend to make noise in the background for absolutely no reason, a lot. Yeah. So net income, I have to recalculate this. So let's see. Expected was going to be 5,300. 1092 minus 400 minus 4. That's minus another 400 minus 300 minus 40 minus 250 minus 80 minus 200. So the expected after everything net income wise would have been 2538, which in that case, again, the majority of that was going to be going to Capital One, but I removed that since that's not even in the scenario anymore. We're not putting that towards any debt right now. This would have been the rollover just in income to hold me over for the next month. But we will see how well I can hold to this situation. So for right now, where are we at? We are at 39.69. 39, 31, 69 minus 1101, 99 minus 200. Okay. And so let me just calculate this in my head. 740, 990, 1050, 1250. Okay. So if I were to be able to stick to this, I would have about $1,400 left for next month. So the goal, of course, is to get less than this, have less than this left over so that I have enough to cover my expenses for next month, because at the bare minimum, what I'm gonna need for next month is the fixed amount, which will be significantly less, thankfully, because of the things that I'm canceling. Yeah. So, I know this seems like a lot, especially with like a last paycheck, but what little I have left, well, not little, yeah, it's little for me. What I have left in savings will also supplement, because I do have multiple savings with, you know, some things here and there, not a whole lot, but I have ways I can supplement things. So that will also be included in income, because they're all technically like emergency savings. So that'll be added as kind of like income for next month. Yeah. So I was going to start calculating like where I am in terms of spending, but that is going to take forever. And I think I actually kind of want to stop here and take it all in and reflect. Because somehow I've yet to feel any panic. I don't know, guys. I'm maybe it's just because I'm in a period of radical faith right now. I just don't, it's not really hitting me that I should be scared. Especially because I have like, it's not a set plan in place. I have things I'm already going to be doing, decisions I've already made, in terms of upskilling, getting my resume and things together. I have already started looking at courses that I want to take to kind of refresh my memory on some things. I don't think I ever mentioned, I am an engineer, industrial, by education. So I work in process improvement and business process improvement and automation and blah, blah, blah. So gonna be taking some refresher courses, just to help with getting back into that space, in a more technical capacity. I would say the job that I'm no longer at wasn't as technical as I was expecting it to be. So that's why I said earlier in the video that I felt like I kind of dumbed myself down, because I wasn't using a lot of the skills that I wanted to use in that job, simply because that's not what the job was about. Yeah. So I definitely feel like I need to brush up on a lot of things. So first, it starts with all of the books, textbooks, resources I already have, and then moving over to YouTube University is free. Again, don't laugh. The video cut off while I was yapping. Oop, let me, I don't know if this is in the camera, but I'm gonna move it. I don't think it was. But yeah, I'm going to be brushing up on a lot of skills. So I think that's the last thing I said. But textbooks and resources I already have, then any courses I already have on my plethora of knowledge and skill platforms that I have, going to be brushing up on those. And then new courses that I want to take, because I think I actually am in the middle of a semi-career pivot. I just need to figure out which direction I should actually be pivoting in. I've looked at business analysis, systems analysis, applications analysis, and then product management. And I genuinely just need to take a step back and reflect on my career so far, determine what I've liked and determine what I've hated, and figure out what I actually want to do, what I want my next role to look like, and figure out take all that from there and decide what's next, and then align that with whether or not that's what I'm actually supposed to be doing. I'm not really leading my own decisions anymore. This is 100% me relinquishing my ridiculous need for control and independence in the past. And now I'm just kind of hands up, letting God take the wheel, honey, because I ain't got it. I'm over it. So yeah, we're gonna be upskilling, and of course looking at a bunch of different roles. I'm not really going to be applying for jobs for real for about another week. I am focused on rest and relaxing and reconnecting with people and coming out of my cave. So yeah, that's what I'm focusing on first. And then once I get to, starting not this upcoming Monday, but the next Monday, then it's to the grind. But hopefully by then I at least have some alignment with what I'm supposed to be doing next. So I'm not trying to grind blindly or setting myself up to be in another space that I'm not supposed to be in. So yeah, I think that's it. Again, this was chaotic, and it was more of a yap session than it was me budgeting for real. I still got it in, but it's not the full budget because we have to figure out what that's actually going to look like. So thank you guys for everything, for tuning in, and for joining me for my little session of attempting to get my life together just a little bit. And also know I'm a very independent person. I won't let myself be so far gone that I refuse to do what needs to be done. I wasn't raised like that, y'all. I will get whatever type of job I have to get to be able to take care of myself. I just don't rely on people like that. I can't. So yeah, that's the plan, guys. We're gonna get through the rest of this month, and then we're gonna hope for direction in placement in October. Yeah. I'm setting myself up to make sure that I'm prepared for whatever is supposed to come next. So maybe that'll be another video that's not completely budget focused, but talk to you guys about my plan. What I'm looking at, maybe even a little analysis video. I don't know. I've never really seen one of those before. Somebody who's in the middle of a career pivot that actually talks about their pros and cons of what they're considering for the next role and getting feedback on that. I think that'd actually be kind of cool. So, because you guys could help me figure out what it is I may not be seeing or hearing that I need to be paying better attention to. So yeah, that might actually be another video. You guys can help me figure out how I'm going to make my money next. Yeah. So I'm excited to get back to this, because budgeting is definitely one of my favorite hobbies out of all of my hobbies. I read, I write, I play video games, and I budget. And I've definitely lost all of them for the most part, except for, I would say, reading and no, I'd really just say reading. I've lost the rest of them a lot over the last 9 months. So I'm excited to get back to all of them, just not in a way that distracts me from my next steps. So I'm looking for a healthy balance here. Healthy balance, but we're still fasting. So no reading right now. Yeah. But thanks for tuning in, guys. That's it. I'm gonna stop yapping so y'all can get back to y'all day. I appreciate the support. I appreciate you guys coming in and, you know, supporting me. And I already know some of you guys that are watching this video are already rooting for me. So thank you in advance. I'm excited to see how this goes. If y'all can't tell, I'm a planner. But this time I'm not planning with my own ideas and whatnot in mind. I'm trying to genuinely be led. Yeah. So we'll see. See how it goes. But thanks for tuning in. I will see you guys in the next video. We will decide soon whether it's going to be that like career analysis video or if it's going to be just like the end of the month wrap up to see where we are. But end of the month wrap up is going to happen regardless, so don't worry. Yeah. But thanks for let me hush. Y'all get back to y'all Sunday, okay? I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.